Welcome to the Optimizer Hunting Podcast. We're at the ATA Trade Show in Indianapolis, Indiana, and this is another one of those video and audio podcasts. You can find it on YouTube, you can find it on our Podbean channel, and on iTunes. And I'm with Steve Lenoir. And Steve, you've got a show called Wildlife Commando. Tell us about your TV show.
Well, Wildlife Commando it literally started one day. I decided to stop at Walmart and buy a video camera on the way to go put in some food plots. I mean, very basic, didn't really have an idea where to go with it. And I got to talking to some of the guys that I served with when I was in the military and some of the other veterans in the area. And we all really talked about and connected about how much hunting in the outdoors really meant to us, and how after our time in service and everything, it kind of made the transition back to that civilian life really easy. So it's really grown from there. We've got almost 10,000 followers on Facebook. We've got a huge veteran population. We work with a lot of other veteran organizations, and we've really just kind of blown up. And coming in March, we'll be on My Outdoor TV.
So yeah, how do people find them? If they want to see your videos and what you're doing, how do they find that?
Right now, all of our videos are on YouTube or on our website. Just go to YouTube and do search for Wildlife Commando, and it's going to pop up everything that we've done so far. We just got a new executive producer, which I'm really excited about. He's got a lot more production experience than I do, so it's going to go from looking like something that a caveman put together to someone with some actual technical skills did. And I'm really excited to see what some of this footage from this year looks like.
So it's pretty exciting stuff. What branch of service were you in?
I was in the Army. I served as a cavalry scout for 4 years. I joined June 26, 2008. And I was medically retired January 12th, 2012.
Okay. And what's that like for you you guys are going out, and it's not just you, I mean, you're going out and filming with other people too. I mean, what's it like for you to go out and film stuff with people that have also served?
It's, it's awesome because we work with a lot of outfitters. One of the great outfitters that we got, J&V Big Game Outfitters in Idaho, is a veteran-owned outfitter, and they let us come up with a Navy veteran, never been deer hunting before in his life. They put him on 13 deer in a day and a half. Shoots, missed both times. We like to joke with him and say it's because he was in the Navy, but that's just the way it is. And to have all veterans in camp was something that was really special. You almost get that attachment and that group feeling that you had when you're in, and it's something that unless you've been in there, unless you've served, you're not necessarily going to completely get the whole picture.
Yeah. So what's that like for you to get an opportunity to really, I mean, I'm sure when you're in the service, there's just so much brotherhood and camaraderie, and this kind of allows you to kind of get a little piece of that back.
It really does, and being reconnaissance and a lot of the guys that I served with, not all of them came home. I wear a memorial bracelet every episode, every day. I'm walking around, I got it on, and I lost a brother of mine over in Afghanistan, and he's with me every day. Everywhere I go, he's with me. Everywhere, from the mountains of Idaho to the swamps of Alaska and Georgia, and it's a gut-wrenching feeling, and at the same time, you get to, they're there with you. And the guys that you take with you, they all understand what's going on, and they get the same feeling, that brotherhood, they get that connection back that we all really lose when we get out.
I'm sure, did you hunt your whole life then?
I did. I grew up in Southern California, surprised a lot of people, but we've got coyotes, mule deer. We used to be able to hunt mountain lions, can't anymore. Bighorn sheep, almost impossible to draw a tag for it. Bears, coyotes, everything else. And but I love to travel and hunt too. So as much as it is fun to hunt mule deer every day out in the desert, I love getting up into the mountains, chasing elk, going up to Alaska. We spent 20 days in Alaska this year hunting moose, black bear, and gray wolf. It was an absolute miserable time. I loved every minute of it.
So you've been hunting your whole life, and then you just decided, hey, I'm going to go and start filming these things and make a show. What's been the biggest challenge for you to go out and film a hunt?
Well, I have a little bit of video and editing background from in high school. I took some AV video classes and stuff like that. But the biggest challenge for me has been, we're getting in on the animal, we're getting close, but the camera's not ready, or it's not in the frame, or the shot's just not there yet for the camera guy, and it's having to wait. Because when it comes to hunting, every second counts, and any second that buck, that bull moose, anything can just pick up and take off. When we were in Alaska, textbook story right here. We come out of the tent, we're putting our gear on. I look over Scott's shoulder, huge giant bull moose. walking right back into the wood line. We had plenty of time. We could have easily dropped him with a rifle. We didn't have a camera ready, and we were out there to bow hunt. And you know, we had to let him go. We're like, it's one of the first days of the hunt. We'll let him go. You know, we'll see another moose. We didn't see another moose.
One of the things about the ATA show is they have these seminars every day where people get a chance to go and kind of get educated on all types of different things. You gave a seminar today. Tell us a little bit about the seminar and what it was all about.
The seminar that we did today was about veterans in the hunting industry and how much people don't really understand how much they actually mesh together. Like I mentioned before, a lot of vets, they love the outdoors. You know, we don't choose the military because we want to sit in a cubicle. We choose the military because we like to get out, we get dirty, you know, we have fun in the outdoors. And, you know, so getting hunting and everything else is easy. That's an easy transition for us. And, you know, we get back into that primal nature, into that primal state of mind when we're out hunting. And, you know, so our seminar today was focused mainly towards companies in the industry and why they should be hiring veterans. You know, not necessarily just from a moral standpoint. You know, these guys, they go out, and I have no problem saying this, they go out and they give up any sense of a normal life that they could have for their future. You got 18, 19-year-old kids leading guys in combat. You've got, you know, we had a guy turn 18 and 6 weeks later on a plane to Iraq. You know, that's just the way it goes. But they've all stepped up. They've all said, you know, hey, I'll go. I got this. You know, you can count on me. I can do this. And those are the kind of guys that, you know, companies should want to hire. And surprisingly, for my age group and for my group of veterans, you know, the global war on conflict or global war on terrorism group, our unemployment rate is double our civilian counterparts. And, you know, it baffles me. You know, I understand the importance of an education and things like that, but if you've got if you're looking at two 24-year-olds from a business standpoint, you've got one, yeah, he stuck it out. He got 4 years in college, got his college degree. You know, that's great. Then you got a 24-year-old on this hand who's deployed multiple times. He's led soldiers in combat. That right there alone, people don't understand how much that means. He's had to make snap decisions that affected people's lives. If he went left instead of right, guys could have not come home. He's in charge. He's been in charge of millions of dollars worth of equipment. He has to, you know, not only take care of his stuff, but he's got to check the guys lower, but he's also got to know the job for the guys above him as well. And so, you know, these are guys that come out, they've got so much experience, wisdom, and knowledge beyond their years. I don't understand how companies don't want to take advantage of that. You know, and so that's one of the things we really talked about today. And another incentive is tax breaks. State and federal tax breaks exist for companies to hire veterans. And it's kind of silly that a lot of companies don't know about it. Granted, the IRS is very tricky to figure out, but it's called the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, Form 8850 with the IRS. Companies can qualify for up to almost $9,600 per veteran for a tax credit.
It's a big deal.
That's huge. I mean, if you've got some of these companies here, they have veterans working for them already. If they don't understand that, they can get tax credit. That's, you know, if they got 10 veterans working for them, that could be close to $100,000 in tax credits a year. That's a lot of money.
That's good work you're doing, Steven. Appreciate that. Appreciate your service and everything that you've done for us. And
you know, it's, you know, I got the show, and you know, we come out here and we've got great sponsors like HHA and stuff. It's not about us at all, not one bit. You know, I have no problem stepping back. It's about the guys that we take with us. It's about getting that message to the people out there, because there's such a huge disconnect nowadays between the civilian population and the veteran population, and it's started to create a lot of animosity on both sides. You know, and so it's just bridging that gap, getting these two connected. If we can get just 3 veterans hired, or even 1 veteran hired after the seminar we did today, that's a success. You know, and we're going to keep coming back. I already talked to ATA. We're doing that seminar again next year in Louisville. So, you know, a lot of these companies that didn't make it out today should definitely come in. There's going to be a lot of knowledge, and we're going to explain even more than what we did today.
it's excellent stuff. You've been hunting with the Optimizer. Tell us a little bit about your experience hunting with the Optimizer.
I started out as a fixed pin guy. I had a buddy of mine try to give me a single pin, say, try it out, let me know what you think. I said, screw that, take it away from me. I don't want it, that's confusing. I'm never gonna be able to adjust it in time. You know, we signed on with HHA, and before we even signed on, I picked out one of the, I think it's one of the lower models that you guys carry, retail for like $119, I think. And I went out and I made a spoof elk hunting video where, you know, it looked like I shot an elk from 118 yards. You know, a lot of people see a headline on YouTube, elk shot with a bow 118 yards. They're mad, super mad, unethical. You know, they don't understand how it could happen, all this stuff. And what it was a gag to pick on one of the other HHA staffers, Sarah Lamson. She'd been elk hunting 4 or 5 times that year, never even got to take a shot. And so, you know, I set the whole video up. I sent her a text saying, hey, I'm headed out to Colorado. You know, I'm in Colorado right now. I'm elk hunting. And, you know, I know you're going to hate me for this, but I just bagged a 6x6 bull. And so I put all the video footage together and I edited it to make it look like a real elk hunt. And at the end, you know, I'm standing behind one of the Delta McKenzie elk targets with an arrow sticking right in it, you know, telling everybody, hey, this was just fake, you know, and we pranked a lot of people. We still get comments about people being mad about it and things like that, but they obviously commented without watching the entire video, you know. And I showed that video to Chris last year at ATA, you know, and I didn't tell him it was a fake video. And, you know, I about had him rolling on the floor. And so, you know, after that, I told him how much I loved his products and everything, and, you know, they extended a sponsorship to us. I'll never go back to fixed pins again. I can honestly say that right now. You know, even if you guys dropped us tomorrow, I'll still go out and buy the sights myself because I like being able to dial by the yard. You know, depending on the speed of your bow and everything else, you know, you try to gap, you know, if it said animals of 46 yards, you're trying to gap it, speed of the bow, arrow, that's, you know, it's a small window when you're looking through it through the sight. Realistically, it's a big window with everything and all the elements that can go wrong. So, you know, now the fact that I can actually dial to 46 yards and take a shot, I'm ecstatic. And I like to do a lot of long distance shooting for, you know, for fun or just target shooting on itself. So the fact that I could dial to 80 yards is great. And I'm excited to get a crack at the kingpin, take it out past 100 yards and see what I can do.
Perfect. Well, Stephen, thanks for your time at the show here. Really appreciate it. If you want to find him, look him up. It's Wildlife Commando. Appreciate it and good luck this year.
All right, thank you.